Hello everyone, my name's Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Engineers. It's Wednesday and we're taking a look at another RWI ship. In front of me, as you can tell, I have the RWI Eclipse. Something which has become famous amongst you guys. You've loved the Eclipse for some reason, I have absolutely no idea why. Although it's my favourite ship, it is a pain in the backside just because it does not work half the time. Anyway, I'm going to jump in and give you guys a tour around the latest working version of the Eclipse. There are multiple versions, however this one is the best working one I currently have. So yes, to give you a brief overview, the Eclipse is sort of the flagship of Grand Admiral Jack, which is a character I play in sort of the RWI Chronicles series. It's his current flagship. A lot of people say, why does a Grand Admiral have a Corvette as a flagship? That's because his major flagship is under production still, which is the Exodus, which is bigger than all of these ships. Also, that's a new RWI ship. It's still a work in progress, so you've just got a sneak peek of it. Back to this. So I think we can jump straight in. Now, this model, or this Corvette, was based off of the RSI constellation. If you're a fan of Star Citizen, you'll know exactly what I mean. If you want to see what it's based off, just Google RSI constellation, and you can see what it's based off of. And I tried to replicate this back in the early SE days, and this is a shape I came up with. I'm quite proud of it, to be honest, because it's given its own sort of spin on it, I think. Anyway, we're going to jump in. I love this bridge here I've done as well. The glass, people always say, a lot of people have always commented on how the glass of the bridge looked. And I love it. It just gives a bit of an exploration sort of feel, is what I feel. So yeah, this is a bridge. It's so old, no LCD panels or anything. We just used these back then. Back, I think it was, when the Eclipse was first created, it was so old in Space Engineers, how long it was going to create. We didn't have LCD panels. We had none of that. We had lights, and we had the cult mod. But yeah, nothing else. I think we didn't even have the azimuth mod back then. I used to have an Emperor chair on here, which you would have seen around. It was an Emperor chair I used to have there instead of the azimuth one, but I replaced it with the azimuth one simply because it looks more captain-y, I suppose you could say. So yes, the bridge. That's kind of it, really. There's nothing else. So I mean, people expect the Eclipse to be full of stuff. It's not actually that full of stuff. I mean, all these consoles, they do stuff. Is anything wired up? Oh, we do have stuff wired on here. We're still using industrial thrusters. We've got a camera, apparently. Oh, is this a hangar bay camera? Ah, see, we still have a hangar bay. Walking through, so eventually there's meant to be text panels around here showing stats and stuff and the red alert. You'll know from Planet Wars I added a few in just to create that feel. So moving through here, we've got our sort of ready room, medical bay for survival. So this version was kind of built for survival intact, although none of the oxygen systems actually work. But let's not go into that. See, we've got an LCD panel here. It's one of the long ones because I didn't realize text panels could do images back then, but now we have LCD panels. Command table in here. I love this table. I love this mod for starters. Extended engineering. Blessing mod. Amazing. Air vents and stuff over here. We've got the cargo containers. I believe there's batteries hidden behind here. There might be. Jack, you could just go in spectator and have a look around. That might be easy. I'm just going to go in spectator. No, there used to be batteries hidden behind here in a different version. But going down here, we've got a lot of stuff. There's an oxygen generator down here for some reason, as well as our shield drive. So the Eclipse did have shields. It's got 2 shield drives for some reason. Not entirely sure why we have 2. I must have plucked them in there at some point. What else do we have? The hydrogen thrusters down here we use for a little boost. Because I tried to make her atmospheric, but the plan just fell through. However, I kept these 2 thrusters here just to make it feel better. So she does come with shields, which is good. Anyway, leading through this door, we go into the main sort of cargo hangar area. This new area was added for the jump drive. So before, the Eclipse didn't have a jump drive like the Defenders. It was so old, never actually put a jump drive in. Now it has one, and there's this little control seat on top of a jump drive. I kind of like this little station, to be honest. It was either that or shove it with cargo containers, so I chose to put these here instead. Now, a lot more design could have been added to this, but like I said, it was old, we didn't have the slope blocks or anything, so I kind of went with this, just a smooth, plain cargo room. Obviously got the hangar doors down here. Originally, before the jump drive was here, there was actually a ramp to store a rover, and the rover could exit through there. It was called the Argo rover, which was taken from Starship Nemesis. Landing gear here to keep that one in place. I did like it when the rover used to be there, but in favour of Planet Wars we got rid of it. Refinery is implemented over here, so this is the Planet Wars version. There's multiple versions of Eclipse. I'll drag a few out later when we've had a look through. Got batteries back here. I believe we've got azimuth ones back here. We do. The giant reactor. No lights in here because someone's forgotten to put the lights in. You notice there are in the Planet Wars version early on. We did have lights in there, but Jack's forgotten to put them in on this version. Because what I did when filming for this, I took another version of this, and it's somewhere lost. If I do F10 and I do Eclipse. I've forgotten to spell Eclipse. There we go. Look at all the versions. There's FTL version, Combat version, Alliance Refit, Original V1. We'll check out those in a minute. Anyway, in the engine room, we've got a giant azimuth reactor. I love this reactor. It just gives a feel of a warp core for me. An early Star Trek warp core from Enterprise. I don't know why, it just gives that. Gyroscopes on the side. The design of this was terrible, but people love it for some reason, so we kind of stuck with it. And obviously with the engines, we use the industrial thrusters, Sage's industrial thrusters. They were carried through from the very, very early days. That was the second version of the Eclipse started using those. Then on, we started using these armoured ramp thrusters to create more of a sloped feel. The original guns of the Eclipse were AA guns. No, what were they? They were CSD battle cannons, and they were awesome, however, the mod became outdated. There is meant to be a giant magnetic cannon down here, however, it looks like someone's forgotten to put that in. Rail. Need a railgun. Give me the railgun. Oh, I'm in a different version, aren't I? That sucks. You can't Google things without changing the mode. Google things. There you go, that's meant to be on the bottom there. So that was the weapon. Previously we did have a battle cannon, but in favour of making the Eclipse a little bit older, I put that one in, just so it didn't seem a little bit too OP. The defences it has are two of these, what are they called again? They are called... Beaufort turrets, 40mm. There's meant to be some on the bottom, however, I think I removed them. See, there was landing gears here originally, that's why these blocks are missing. However, no one got around to replacing them, so yeah. Going back, we have the antenna hidden behind here. Always like the back engines because it's sloped up like this. I know the new version of the Eclipse doesn't have that. The engines on the side here, these ones, they always annoyed me, however I could never find a way to like put them in and make them look good. So they kind of stuck like that. I didn't have enough, there wasn't enough thrust from these smaller slope thrusters to create that over here. But if I spent more time on it, I probably could have found a way. The industrial thrusters, I always like the fact these poked out of the back here. It just added more to the style of a ship in my opinion. So that's why that's there. Anyway, that is it for the Eclipse, I think. Have I covered everything? Obviously, the big signs on the side there. We've got RWI on the side, antennas up here, and the thrusters up here with a connector. Never forget your connector. And I think it is connected up, yeah. So to check for it, did I actually wire everything up or not? I think that's it, is it? Yes. Let's drag in another version of Eclipse, because you guys probably want to see different versions. What have we got? Version 3 planets. This should be a newer one. Apparently we're missing mods, so I'm interested in what we're missing now. So this is an updated version. And a version I attempted to make atmospheric. However, I think I updated the hangar. So I did something to this version, which changed it, I believe. So what have I done to this version? Some reason I've put the jump drive up there. Oh, this might be an older one. For some reason the refinery is buried in here. This is definitely a different version, that's all I know. So it's not that different. Okay, what else have we got? I'm lagging fraps every time I try and find one. Film 1, Prototype 2. What's Prototype 2? Yeah, I know they're not available. Oh, this is an old one. Oh no, it's not an old one. This is newer, I think. Or no, it's a prototype. Because it's got the giant hydrogen engine. Whoa, that's a lot of thrusters. That's got the small atmospheric ones as well. I hated this version. That's all I'm going to say. This is a prototype. You know, it never got through anything because I absolutely hated it. Look at it. It's terrible. It sucks. Burn it now. Nothing inside has changed. The engine room's probably been changed a little bit. No, it hasn't actually. Okay, I ate my words. For some reason I put the shield generators back here this time. Don't know why. But let's just delete that version because it's ugly and no one likes it. Let's Google Eclipse again. What have we got? Alliance refit. Not that one. Combat version. No. Version 3 planets. This is the newer one. The 1998 one, I called it. If anyone wonders why I call things 1998 sometimes, it's because that's my birth year, so I kind of name them that. So this is the latest version of Eclipse, which is never finished and hasn't been tested at all. But you notice the bridge lighting has completely changed now. The bridge is more sealed in, I like to think. I like this version, personally. I do like it, however it does need some refinement. For starters, the bridge, the windows at the front, not wide enough, too small. So it needs to be extended out a bit more, and the consoles need to come round, bending round. But other than that, we've got the table back in the middle there. LCDs on the side this time, to create more of a bridge feel. More stuff going back here. Air vents this time, not pressurized because we've forgotten how to do that. The ready room has been completely redone. Now it looks more official. We're apparently studying a rock. Going back, the cargo room, massive expansion back here. We now have 2 decks. We've got the we've got the hangar bay down here with nice walkways going around with all conveyors up and everything, so you can link your fighter. And we've also got this second deck up here, oxygen generators and everything, cargo, everything. Is this version come with shields? I don't think it does come with shields. Oh, it does. There's a shield generator in there. Only small shield generators. People keep saying, I don't know how the Eclipse could be, such a good ship. It can't survive it much long. It can hold its own, that's all I'm going to say. The engine room. I'm most proud of this engine room on the new version just because how it looks. I love it. That's all I'm going to say. And I love the orange lighting to create the engine room feel, and we were pressurized, but apparently we're not now. How can this version say, oh no, it's red. Alright, I'll let it off. But yeah, this is the latest version of Eclipse. It was meant to go in planets. Still don't see it working in planets, personally. But hey, we could probably give it a try. But personally, I don't like the back of it. It looks too chunky, and I don't like it. It's lost its feel in a way. That's the only reason I don't like this version. It's lost its feel of its sleekness. That's why the new Planet Wars version, you know, it's some of the latest episodes I'm working on. I'm liking that one so far, even though I'm kind of doing it in survival, which is a bit weird. For some reason we have a conveyor tube coming up here. I'm not entirely sure why. But I do like this version. It is new. Do we have any others? Let's see. Eclipse. Mark II. That's the one we currently got. Mark II. Alliance refit. What was the Alliance refit then? I've seen it mentioned a couple of times. Is this anything different? Absolutely nothing different. Let's load in the original. Because you guys probably want to see the original. Original V1. So this should be, if by date, the one that's on the workshop right now. Oh no, this is very original. Christ, this is going back a long time. This is the original Eclipse right here. Or one of them at least. Look at this. Bloody hell. Wow, this is like a trip down memory lane for me. I remember creating this. This is old SC, before DX11, way before we had anything. Didn't even have hangar doors back then, that's how old it is. Apparently he was running off one nuclear reactor at the time. Not entirely sure how he pulled that off. Oh, this is so old. Most of the mods must be outdated. No, we didn't even... This is an unmodded version, that's what it is. Oh, never mind. With one mod, alright, one mod. The original chair, like I said, the Emperor chair, that's gone now. But notice how the shape and design is carried through to multiple different versions. That's what I love about the Eclipse. Now this is originally the old pylon design for the engines, taken from the RSI constellation. Not entirely sure why we had these engines here. That would have burnt through there. Another one of Jack's amazing designs. Why is that blue? Okay. But yeah, this is the original Eclipse, one of the original. Didn't even have a bomb gun, we had lights instead. We had still rocket launchers, didn't use many mods back then. But this is actually a massive trip down memory lane for me. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that small look at the Eclipse versions. What was that? I just saw something fly by. Okay. I hope you enjoyed looking at these Eclipse versions. One of them will be up in the workshop now, hopefully, if I have remembered. Do have a look around. It is an amazing ship. It is one of my favourite. And you now have a chance to fly a working version of the Eclipse. I know a lot of you have been asking me for a while. Anyway, I've been Captain Jack. Leave a like rating on this video if you enjoyed it. It shows your support and encourages me to do more. That would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, I've been Captain Jack. I hope you're having a good day. See you next time.